Alrighty, folks, and welcome to High Velocity Racing League's Cup Series this evening here from Dover Motor Speedway, the Monster Mile. Another wonderful night of racing ahead of us here on this beautiful Friday from Dover, Delaware. And it is going to be a 200-lap event here. 3 additional sets of tires, no fast repairs, stages at lap 50 and 100. And it's going to be testing these drivers this evening. This track put on a pretty good show for us this season already for the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. And I expect it to do the same here today. 67-degree ambient temperature with a bunch of wind, 24 miles an hour. So it's going to be hard to tackle there, the wind. But a 91-degree track temperature means this concrete mile surface is going to be slick, but it is also going to be very abrasive, and tires will be playing a massive factor here this evening. And as we take a look at the top times so far, nobody's surprised here. Bryce Fontaine at the top of the leaderboards with a 22.95. The number 12 has been very, very good so far this season, and he's looking to continue his run of excellent form so far through the beginning of this Cup Series schedule and put himself with another win under his belt. This is going to pop up probably right here in front of us, and it is. Did not click on that. There we go. As we take a quick look at the season standings so far, Bryce is leading the way here. Again, this is not counting in wins. If you toss in the wins, there we go. We do have 3 different winners so far. Bryce with 3 wins. Joe Hudson with a big win at Bristol, and then Jose Mercado won our Daytona race at the beginning of the season. But looking at the total points so far, C.D. Mangrum sitting in the 2nd position. He's the first one in on points. Kevin Fry, only a handful of points behind him, about 11. And then Mike Marini would be the next one in on points, about 28 behind Fry. And Happy would be the next one in, so just a handful of drivers there. I mean, the gap's not too big for these guys, so overall, not a terrible looking points situation there so far this season. But yeah, Bryce definitely looking to be dominant here again. His teammate William Kern, only 200ths behind him. We shall see if the 31 has a chance.
Hey, Chase, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Before the race goes live, you might want to just do a trading paint refresh. We got a couple people having some issues with their paint, so before the race starts, if you want to go do a refresh, that'd be smart, probably.
I did one right before I started the broadcast, but I'll do another one right now. But yeah, as we were talking, William Kern has had honestly pretty terrible luck so far this season. And I don't think he's finished a race in the Cup Series so far. DNFs and DQs due to penalties and stuff like that have kind of cost Kern so far this season. But we'll see if he can turn his luck around here in Delaware at the Monster Mile. Good to see Bobby Grady back here on the track this evening as well. The number 1, a regular in the Truck Series as well. Very quick so far. Only a half a tenth behind Bryce. So we'll see if he is able to keep the car underneath of him tonight and put himself in a good position. Mangrum, like we said, first one in on points in the standings. He was 5th fastest, so we'll see what happens as these guys get into qualifying. Five minutes of qualifying, 2 laps. First one into pit road is Hunter Young. We'll see who the first one out on track is. That will be Ray Hanneman. So let's follow along with the 85. See what he does. Lap times won't be too terribly long, so these guys will have quick pace. We'll see what he does for his first lap. He dives it deep down. Kind of diamonding it out. Runs it high through 1 and 2 at the end there. Keeps it high this time around. Trying to build up the heat in the tires. Got a little loose off of 4. His lap is down with a 23.43. Martin is faster, and Lemon is as well. Take a look at Tyler Lemon, see what his second lap looks like. 23.19 the first time around. Here we go down the backstretch. Dives it deep into turn 3. Off of 4. Keeps it off the wall. His second lap is much better, a 22.95. We'll grab Mangrum now as he's coming off of turn 4 for his second lap. His time, 23.13. I believe that stays the same. Bobby Grady going out now for his lap. He's beginning his first lap of qualifying. And his first lap is a 23.04. Bryce has 2 laps listed. I'm wondering if he got contact on both of them because he does not have a time down. Here comes Grady around for the second time. Oh, and hard into the inside wall, so that time will stand. He's 5th fastest. Happy jumps up to 8th on his second lap. He got himself a 23.15. Tucker's out on track right now, running his second lap. He improves his time quite significantly up to a 23.06. That'll put him in the 5th position. Hudson out there now. Coming around for his first lap here. We'll see what he gets for his first lap. Not a bad one, 23.18. We'll see if he's able to improve that any on lap 2. Dives it down deep in 3 again. Off of 4. And up to 3rd. Great lap there from Hudson. Puts him under the 23 mark, and it's a 22.99. as we will pause here for just a moment. We will be right back from Dover. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We're going to get these guys rolling here in just a minute, but we're going to go through the quick lineup. We got Tyler Lemon on the pole here tonight with a 22.95 rather in the number 23. Starting in the second position, it is the number 4 of Mason Tomlinson. Then we got Joe Hudson starting P3 with William Kern outside of row number 2. Hanneman on the inside of row 3 in 5th position in the number 85 with Bryce Tucker starting P6 in the number 11. Bobby Grady starts P7 on the inside of row 4 with Mercado outside of that row. Back on row 5, we've got C.D. Mangrum in the number 9 with Sean Happick in the number 52. And in row 6, we have Sean Wilder in the number 99 with Hunter Young in 11th in the number 77. And we go down here to the 7th row. We've got Marini on the inside in 13th, starting there in the number 45 with Alan Martin, P14 in the number 5. Rounding out the field, it is the number 12, your points leader, Bryce Fontaine. Get these guys going here. Not sure what happened to Mason there. These guys are going to get their tires warmed up as much as they can. And we will be going green flag racing here. This time by as the pace car dives down off the high banking and down pit road. And they come around for the green flag here into the Geico restart zone, and we are racing from Dover Motor Speedway. With a great restart, or great initial start, is going to put himself out on the point. Great battles back here for third as Tucker is going to take the third position. Hudson trying to get higher to get that good arc down into the corner. Hanneman's going to take that away from him, though. Make a great pass for fourth. A gaggle of guys right here in their cars trying to make their way around. Looks like Bobby Grady is going to get a good run on the high side. Almost gets the wall that time. He's going to get by Hudson as well up into the fifth position. Hudson falling back 3 positions off the start, back to the 6th spot. He has finally slowed the bleeding in that regard, and he will secure that 6th position. A few guys behind him trying to search their way up, though. Out front it is William Kern still holding the lead. Lemon, rather, still right there, 3/10 behind the 31. You know William Kern would be looking to get this win here. He wants this win to lock himself into the playoff. Kind of reverse the luck that he's been having so far this season. Oh, Lemon catches the wall there off of 4 that time by. Still quick, though. He pulls that within 3/10. Hudson was passed by Happy. He's got Mangrum on his tail now, too. These guys running tight through the corners off of 2. Mangrum catches it on the inside. He's going to have Mercado right behind him. Or Mangrum got by as well, and then as does Hunter Young. Hudson all the way back to 10th now. You know, at Dover, he was very much a long-run car, so maybe trying to conserve tires as much as he can through the beginning portions of the stage and then catch him back at the end here. Tucker and Hanneman are near each other as well. Looks like Hanneman trying to close in for third. Up front, Kern actually has started to pull away a little bit now. A 4/10 of a second gap advantage for the 31. Mercado and Mangrum still battling, but Mercado now has position number 7 over his teammate in the number 9. And Mangrum has Young and Bryce right on his tail. Bryce with a bit of a crossover on Hunter. And it looks like he will be able to complete the pass there for 9th. Up 6 positions so far. Back here farther in 11th, Joe Hudson still under a barrage here from Alan Martin and Sean Wilder. Marini in the mix there too. But Alan Martin right on the back bumper of the 49, trying to find a way by. Wilder decides he's going to go to the high line to try to get by. That'll put him side by side with Alan Martin. Back up for third. Hanneman still about the same gap between himself and Bryce Tucker. Bobby Grady trying to get in the mix with these guys as well for the top three. Back up front at the lead, Lemon closes in on Kern again. 0.2 the gap. Real tightly contested battle for the race lead. Lemon, great run through 3 and 4. So far, Kern's been able to hold the lead through the first 15 laps. These guys staying in step with each other. And there goes Hanneman to the inside. He's going to get by Tucker for third. 85 up to third position. Now Tucker looking to get it back, but I got to believe Hanneman is the better car right now, as he starts to stretch the advantage a little bit more over the number 11. Grady kind of fell off a touch from these two in the front of him. Still in striking distance, though, if there's a mistake made. Meanwhile, Happy trying to close the gap between himself and Grady. He's also getting chased down by the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine, sitting in the 7th position. He's got Mercado in tow as well. Those two moving their way up through the top 10. Meanwhile, Hudson has fallen all the way back to the 14th position. He's behind everybody other than Tomlinson, who had to start from the pits. Tomlinson is not that far behind him, though. You see there, he's right there in the background. Back here for 9th, Mangrum is in the 9th position with Hunter Young right there as well, trying to battle for that position. And as you see there, Wilder also in the mix, trying to find his way into the top 10. Wilder fell back a little bit, but has worked his way back to the starting position he was in. Started 11th, and he's back in that position now. I think Tucker's got something to say for this 3rd position. He's looking to the inside of Hanneman. No hole to be found there. For the race lead, Kern still holds it. Lemon is still in striking distance, and he is at the back bumper of the 31 again. Shows the nose to the inside, not going to be able to get there this time. Right now, Kern has the advantage in entry. Lemon has the advantage in the middle of the corners. Kern able to hold him off this time as well, but here comes Lemon again. A good job of closing the gap through the middle and exit. And the nose to the inside again, but Kern, a great run off the high side, is able to keep it his lead for now. Lemon on that quarter panel this time. No contact. Lemon gets a little bit loose and is able to correct it. Now they're going to battle for the lead. There goes Lemon. The middle to exit, better for him there. He will be out to the lead now in the 23. A very well executed pass. Close in contact, but they were able to keep it clean. No issues at all for either driver. Kern. He was going for it that time, trying to see if he could dive it in real deep. He's searching for something, anything. Back in the mid-pack, Happy in 7th. Mercado sits 8th. These guys are in close proximity. Mercado dives to the inside looking for the pass in 1 and 2. Happy on the high side, able to hold it from now, but a good momentum run here from the 41. He dives down to the inside here in 3 and 4. Able to make it stick on the inside. They're side by side off of 4. And into 1, I gotta believe Mercado with a dive down should be able to make the pass and complete it. There he goes. Up to P7 for Mercado. And Happy still right there in the clutches of Mangrum now, as Mangrum looks to take the 8th position away. He's going very high, looking for some sort of a crossover potential. Carries a lot of momentum down the backstretch. Not going to be able to catch him this lap. Oh, and Kern actually got back by Lemon. Didn't notice that. Not sure exactly what happened. Let's take a look at it. We'll take a look at the pass. Looks to the inside and dives it deep in the corner. That was a very good pass by the 31. Now Lemon, looking in the mirror, sees a big old red and black number 85 charging towards him. Hanneman's closed it down to within 0.3. Wilder and Martin for the 11th position are battling. Martin to the inside of the 99. Makes it stick, and he is going to complete that pass. There goes the number 5 into 11th. Happy's been able to hold off Mangrum for now, but Mangrum still charging, looking to the inside into 3. Oh, contact with Happy that time. And it is going to be Mangrum getting by after the contact. That's also going to allow Hunter Young to get by Happy and put Happy from 8th all the way down to 10th. Mangrum definitely got it turned up too quick and made that contact happen. Back up front, Kern still leads, but now Hanneman is going to go ahead and get by Tyler Lemon for 2nd. We knew that was coming. The charge was there from the 85. Let's see if he's able to close the gap to Kern now. 0.7 the gap there. Lap 37 just started, so 36 laps in. Lemon has led a couple of laps, but it's been mostly the number 31 of William Kern so far. Doing a very good job of holding the lead right now. He does have the hard-charging Hanneman behind him. Sounds like in a little bit of a save mode as well. Missed this pass as well, but Grady has fallen back to 6th. Mercado had gotten to him and got by him. So Mercado's into the top 5 for the first time tonight. And Mercado chasing down Bryce Tucker for 4th. And Fontaine's going to go ahead and got by Grady as well. Mangrum ready to strike and pounce as well. Looks to the inside of the number 1 off a 2. He's going to complete the pass. Hunter Young following him through. We'll get to the inside of Grady. That pass will be completed. So Grady just lost 3 positions in the last 2 laps. Down to the 9th spot for the number 1.
Take a low here. I forgot how to count.
And Bryce letting Mangrum go. Hunter Young going to look to the inside of the 12 as well. And there is 9 laps left in this stage. Bryce letting Hunter Young go as well. Bryce goes from 6th to 8th in a matter of a lap. Mangrum and Young are going to be looking to charge to try to catch Mangrum's teammate in Mercado. Out front, Kern holds the lead still with just a handful of laps left. Hanneman is ready to strike, though. He has closed it down dramatically, now within 0.3. I got a feeling we're going to be looking at a battle for the race lead here very soon, as Hanneman closes the gap even tighter through 3 and 4. He looks high. Kern doing a lot of diamonding in these corners. This time through 3 and 4, Hanneman is at the bumper. Shows the nose to the inside. Slight bump into the corner, but nothing too crazy. Hanneman almost catching the wall out of 2 that time around. Hanneman's going to be looking to the high side. Momentum on the side of Hanneman, and he will go to the lead. A great pass by the 85. He catches the wall, though, hard out of 4. That's going to allow Kern to get back to the inside. But the momentum should still be on the side of the 85. Never mind, Kern gets it turned up quick. And that's going to be a pass for the lead back. These guys battling hard with just a handful of laps left in this first stage. And Hanneman will finally secure that here in 3 and 4. 3 laps to go in this stage. Next time by, pits will be closed. Doesn't look like anybody has taken themselves down pit road at all. Pits are closed. 2 to stage. Hanneman and Kern still within striking distance of each other. Back in the 3rd position. Looks like Lemon might have a challenge from Tucker before the end of the stage. Not much time. He's got 1 more lap to do it. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there, though. Kern, last-ditch effort to try to get to Hanneman on this final lap as they come around. at the line, it is going to be the number 85 of Ray Hanneman, winning stage number 1. That is stage. Congratulations, Mr. Hanneman.
I'm out of fuel.
EOL the 5, please, Chase. Never mind, actually, he's good.
Check up 1 into 3. Check up 1 into 3.
You okay, Grady?
First stage going the way of Hanneman. That's a 4-position jump to start this race, and it's a great run from the 85. Kern started in technically the 2nd position. I don't know what happened with Tomlinson there, but he was able to start 2nd and got a good jump on it, and he's going to finish in the 2nd position for this first stage. And then Tyler Lemon comes home in the 3rd position for that first stage, your pole sitter. Everybody getting their pit stops, tires, fuel, everything they need. And Hanneman will win the race off pit road. Kern holds serves and fit start, comes out 2nd. And Lemon will come out 3rd. Young, the big jump there. He will come up to the 4th position. Bryce Tucker will fall back to 5th. So we will quickly go down and grab your stage 1 winner here. If I can get back to where I need to be, we'll grab him and bring him up to the booth. The stage 1 winner, Ray Hanneman. Not a bad first stage there. You move up 4 spots from the 6th position, and you're able to come home with a stage win in your first playoff point here. How you feeling about the race so far?
Oh, not too bad. I'll be outside here. It's definitely was fun. Definitely good little battles there, and fuel saving worked out pretty well. So
yeah, it seemed like a lot of people were saving early, and then you got to about halfway through the stage, and then the people who weren't saving had to save, and that was able to really counter you up, and you were able to catch up to Lemon and Kern both rather quickly, and then able to make a good pass for the lead on the outside there. So what's your strategy here in the 2nd stage?
I'm doing the same thing. I think I found a good way to keep my fuel kind of leveled out here. Kern actually had a lot more laps of fuel than I did. I was pretty much out of fuel when I went to pit road, so I got a little bit of fuel saving better to do, and I got to keep that right front under me because it was not looking good after that run. So.
All right, well, good luck the rest of this race. We will get you back down with your team. Good luck.
Awesome, thanks.
Stage 1 winner there, the number 85 of Ray Hanneman, his first stage win of the season. And Alan Martin getting some pit stops done now. I think he ran out of fuel and had to go back and tow to the pits, so that's unfortunate for the number 5. And Hudson 1 lap down now as well. But here we go. Green flag flies, and Hanneman with a great jump on the start. Kern jumps up in front of Young. Looking back through the pack here. Lemon with a good jump is going to get himself back up to 3rd. Young and Fontaine battling for the 4th position, as Tucker and Mercado as well as Mangrum duke it out for 6th, and it is going to be a spin there on
that was me or not, Sean.
the backstretch. Not sure what
How did I get
happened.
a 6 extra? That's crazy. Checking up the pace car.
We'll take a look at it. Grady and Wilder. Grady, little bit of net code with Wilder, but it is a lot of Oh, Marini with a big shot there as well. And Hudson gets some extra licks in on Wilder for good measure. But good Lord, that was a heck of a shot.
Hey, Tucker, you guys care for the pace?
One car gotta go by me.
I saw you flinch to the right.
Take a look at it here from the chase cam. Looking there. A little bit of netco between the 1 and 99, and he catches it, but loses it on the correction. And contact between himself, Tomlinson, and Grady.
So you flinch to the right a little bit.
Yes,
That's a good hit to the outside wall there for Wilder. Grady, I don't know if he really caught that, but a couple of shots there from Marini, a big one there from Marini, and Hudson locking it up, trying to not make contact, gets a decent-sized shot under the 99 as well. So there's going to be some damage all around here for a bunch of drivers. Sometimes that'll happen though on these caution flags. Once the caution flies, cautions breed cautions, and it is always possible that you start to see these kind of continue on. We'll see what happens though. I'm not sure if that's going to be the end of the night for Wilder or not, but that was a very hard shot to the outside wall. So I would imagine there's some sort of radiator damage, engine damage, anything like that for the 99. Marini with a hard shot as well into the 99, so he's probably got some big time damage to deal with. Grady's gotten himself back on track already, as did Mason Tomlinson in front there. But you look down pit road, it is still the 99 and the 45 sitting there. Hudson has gotten himself the lucky dog and gotten back on the lead lap. I believe. Nope, never mind. He has not gotten himself on the lead lap. He is one lap down, and he lost his chance on the lucky dog because of all that. Martin, looks like Martin retired the car. These guys are all crossed up, ready to go here. Double file, ready to go green here once again on lap 58. As the pace car dives off down pit road. Hanneman will have control into the restart zone.
Green.
And the start, still a good one from Hanneman, but Kern also getting a good jump on that second row. He's able to secure second quickly. Looking behind, Lemon will jump out into third. He gets up in front of Hunter Young. Bryce now to the inside of the 77. He's got Bryce Tucker right on the back bumper. And the 12 to the inside of Hunter Young. A little bobble off of 4. And the dive from Mason almost into the left rear quarter panel of the number 11. Bryce is able to make the pass on Young. He puts himself into 4th. Tucker hard into turn number 3. He gets a little bit of contact with the 77. And it looks like everybody's shaken out finally. Still some close contested battles, though, for position. Up front, Hanneman starting to build that lead. Definitely know that caution helped anybody who was trying to save. And Tucker did get by Hunter Young for the 5th position, so he's up into the top 5. There goes Tomlinson to the inside of Young as well. And Bryce Tucker side by side with the 12. A little loose off of 4. These guys still side by side. Some battling going on between those two. Now Tomlinson ready to strike. Done a good job of rebounding, especially after what happened in the caution back there. Wilder is out on track, as is Hudson. Marini is still on pit road, but it looks like he might be done for the night. Kern and Lemon, these guys battled hard for the beginning parts of the first stage, and they are going to continue that battle here into stage number 2. They're going to have to deal with Bryce Fontaine, though. He's charging towards the front. Tucker shows the nose to the inside. Contact with Bryce Fontaine. Tomlinson. Tomlinson is right there now. Back here, Mangrum and Grady going to be duking it out for 8th. As Grady goes to the outside. Oh, Mercado got loose. He's trying to collect it still. He keeps it out of Happy's way and gets it locked down, is able to hold on to it. But he falls back to 11th, and a lot of time lost for the 41. Young right there, looking to strike on Tomlinson as well. Three-way battle for the top 5. Fontaine holds the position with Tomlinson and Young ready to be in contention for it. Bryce has his eyes set forward, though. Up front, Kern has closed the gap to Hanneman. Lemon right there as well. 3-horse race for the lead. Continue closing that gap, now under 2/10. Off of 2, he's going to find himself poking the nose down to the inside. Hanneman holds the high line. Going to be able to hold him off this time around. Lemon right there, as is Bryce Tucker. Tucker within 6/10 of the race lead. Kern off of 2 has the inside of Hanneman. Great battle here between these two. Kern off of 4. Back to the race lead goes the 31. A light touch to the wall from 85 of Hanneman. We got 5 cars all here battling for the lead. Both Bryces. Tyler Lemon, Ray Hanneman, all of these guys right here ready to strike for the race lead. Tucker looks to the outside of Lemon. Not going to find anything there. He's got a rear view full of the number 12. Those guys going to battle it out for 4th.
That's how you pass clean.
Hanneman holds 2nd still.
I also let you by.
Little bobble there from Lemon as he caught the apron. Tucker going to be battling with Mason. Mason's going to get by. Hunter Young also going to get by the 11. Bobby Grady ready to strike now. Lemon and Hanneman still battling it out for 2nd. Real close contest between these two. Lemon doing a good job of holding that bottom. This time not getting a bobble off of exit. That's going to give him a chance down here in 1 and 2. He's not quite there. We've commented on how good the middle to exit speed is for the 23, though, and he's showing it here. Nose poke down to the inside, looking. Hanneman with a good entry, keeps his position for now. Bryce Tucker falls all the way back to 8th now behind Bobby Grady. Keep gravitating back to the battle for the lead and second as Hanneman and Lemon have now closed the gap back to Kern. Right in front of these guys is lap traffic in the number 99 of Sean Wilder. Got to imagine he's going to get high and out of the way, let these guys continue battling it out for the lead. There he goes, never mind, goes very low. Keeps it on the apron. Trying to stay out of the way of everybody racing on the lead lap. Now down 2 laps is the number 99. These guys still battling it out for the race lead, though. Kern, Hanneman, and Lemon. Lemon's going to have a chance down the backstretch to get side by side with Hanneman. A good run, though, keeps that from happening from the high side. Meanwhile, back here again, Grady and Tucker will be in a battle for 7th. Grady holds the position. Tucker going to dive to the inside, though. And Tucker going to complete that pass. Ooh, Grady hit the wall, I think, that time out of turn number 4. Here for 4th and 5th, we've got Tomlinson and Fontaine battling it out. I say battling. They're not really battling because they've been single file for a while, though. The real battle's happening right here for the race lead. Hanneman's kind of separated himself from Lemon a little bit here. And now goes on the attack. On to the offensive against the number 31 of Kern. And to the inside of the number 31 goes the 85. Lemon again showing that middle to exit speed. Sticks himself back into this battle for the race lead. Hanneman keeps it off the wall. Looked like he was destined to go out there and clip that outside wall again. Becker deeper in the pack. Looks like Mangrum going to get to the inside of Grady. Grady lets him go. Keep gravitating back to the race lead because this battle has been intense for a handful of laps. Hanneman in the middle of this battle has held the second position for a good portion of it. Lemon keeps showing the nose down the backstretch but cannot get there. Hanneman done a good job of controlling that from the high side. Lemon looks to the inside again, but Hanneman is still able to hold him off. But this time, he may not be able to. He's side by side with him this time. Again, the momentum gives him a chance to save it, but it is going to be Hanneman holding on. A great job. Oh, into the wall that time, though. Keeps the speed up enough, but loses time to the race leader. These two battling for second, allowing Kern to get away a little bit. And Mangram's actually gotten by Hunter Young as well. Now those Hunter Young battling with Bryce Tucker. And Tucker will get by Young as well. Young and Tucker both nailing the wall out of 4.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, and looks like Bryce Tucker involved in that one. We'll go back here.
Checking up in 2.
Stage or not stage? That should definitely not be stage.
Not stage. Not stage. We still got 9 laps to go. Yeah, looks like closed it off. And yeah, it's going to be Tucker getting the worst end of that. And a handful of guys coming down pit road. Leading him down there is the 31, who was in the race lead. Lemon got by Hanneman right before that happened, though, I guess. And he's sitting now in the race lead. Hudson's going to come around and get his lap back, as he was the lucky dog that time around.
Thanks, Tucker.
Looked like I had you clear, and my spotter didn't tell me. You good?
You were not far from clear.
Clearly, thanks, dude.
And then you want on top bottom?
Lemon, Hanneman,
I'll just stay on the bottom.
Bryce, Tomlinson, Mangrum all stay out. Tucker surprisingly stays out. I'm not sure what the damage situation looks like for the number 11. Kern will be the first one on, I'm guessing, fresh tires here. He will be in the 7th position. And then it'll be Happy coming out in 8th, rather, as Hudson goes down to get his pit stop after getting the lucky dog. Hunter Young comes out in 9th. Mercado will be in 10th. Grady will be 11th. Cars are double filed now. So yeah, Hudson will be the tail end of the longest line here. He should be 12th on the restart. So yeah, here we go. It is going to be a 6-lap shootout for the stage. Into the restart zone we go. Lemon has control, and he will rip away on that restart. Hanneman will hold the high line, sitting in 2nd, and Bryce holds it in 3rd for now. Kern has gotten by Tucker up into 6th. He's got a roadblock in Tomlinson and Mangrum in front of him, too wide. Lemon holds the race lead. Battled with Hanneman a long time through the middle portion of that 2nd stage. Kern still sits 6th. He's going to force it 3 wide. He gets by Tomlinson. He's got the high side on Mangrum. Now up into 4th goes Kern.
Take low if you got pressure. Take low.
Lemon, Hanneman, and Bryce. Hold the top 3 for right now. Happy and Mangrum get by Tomlinson as well. This is where I'm looking right now. Kern to the inside of Bryce for 3rd. Dives it deep. Now looking to diamond it. Carry that momentum through 1 and 2 and try to get by Hanneman. Don't rule out Kern for the stage win still. He is looking. Hanneman holds the bottom. Blocks off the run from Kern. 2 laps to stage. Pits are closed. 2 to stage. Kern gets by Hanneman that time around. Into the 2nd position. He's got Lemon right there. He's on the outside. Bang, there goes Kern around the outside. And what a shot from Hanneman.
Yeah, but I'll let you have it. Fuck it. I ain't getting wrecked.
Well, yeah, you see me coming on Pressy. Don't squeeze me.
And there goes William Kern back into the race lead. And on 6-lap fresh tires, you got a lot of laps ahead of these guys. He is going to win your 2nd stage.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
That is stage 2. Congratulations, Mr. Kern.
Sorry, CD, that was just hard to hang on in general right there on the whole tires. Nah, you good. It was good racing. That was fun. We had room. I was bouncing off the ball through a little bit. Going back straight.
Checking up on the backstretch.
So we'll see. I can't imagine Kern's going to be coming in. If he does, he's only going to be coming in for fuel. Definitely not going to be coming in for tires. So we'll see if he decides to or not. Oh, Lemon spun it out.
We're gonna get black flag clear for Lemon spinning.
If you get him, let me know.
Copy that.
Everybody coming down pit road here. Like I said, I gotta imagine anybody who came in for tires that time is going to be just getting fuel. So you're looking at like Kern, Happy, those guys that came in and got tires last time around. Kern, Grady comes out quick. Kern will be the first one off pit road. Grady comes out P2. And then Fontaine comes out P3. Tomlinson and Mangrum, your top 5. So let's go grab our stage 2 winner, Mr. William Kern. Stage 2 winner here. How you feeling about the race so far? You led a lot of laps in the first stage and good charge there with some strategy here in the second stage.
I love this track, man. This is the one track that I will always want to do. I don't know, man. I'm hoping I can hold it together. I got a couple guys that are usually on my butt. One of them is my teammate. But I'm feeling really good here. Like I said, this is one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, and now with the strategy call, obviously a few laps on your tires, nothing crazy. You didn't push them too terribly hard, but it is going to be a little bit of a disadvantage for anybody who just came in to get fresh tires. What's your plan here at the start of this third stage?
Oh, I'm good. Honestly, out of all my teammates, I got the best tires out of the bunch in the long run too, by like 10 to 15%. So I got this track down to a science, man. I'm good.
All right, well, then I expect to see you here on the podium at the very least, but hopefully in victory lane as the race winner here tonight. Good luck the rest of the way, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we'll get him back down with his team. Very confident William Kern. He's been near the front of the field all race so far. A couple of different faces up there now, though. You got Bobby Grady to his inside, Mangrum behind him, and Tomlinson to the inside, as well as Joe Hudson. That's the other one in the top 5 that hasn't really been up front so far. Out of the 15 drivers, 2 have been retired and put their cars behind the wall, Marini and Martin. But here we go, green flag racing in this third and final stage, and a great jump for the high line as Kern and Mangrum, as well as Hanneman, all getting by the inside line. A very poor restart for Bobby Grady. We'll find him back in the 4th position as Mason Tomlinson looks to the inside of number 1 already for that 4th spot. Half a race to go here from Dover. And early on, it's looking like Mangrum going to look to the inside. Can't get to the quarter panel of Kern, and he'll have to fall back a little bit. Hanneman's got the freshest tires at the front in that 3rd position. Again, not a terrible amount of laps put on these guys' tires at the start, or from that restart there at the end of the 2nd stage. Oh, and looks like Mangrum hits the inside wall. He's coming back up across the track, keeps it locked down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And it is going to be a yellow flag. Not sure. It sounded like he might have caught the inside wall there. So we'll go back and take a look real quick. Slight contact onto the 31. An excellent job of getting it locked down and out of the way of those guys coming back around.
I didn't hear a word you said. I don't know if anybody else did, but.
And he is able to keep it off of everybody. A lot of heat put in those tires, but no damage other than any kind of damage that was
I couldn't either.
put in there.
Try to be on that driver might help.
We'll get to live here. A little bit of a scare there for Kern. They're coming down pit road. Grady stays out, so he'll get a lap lead in the number 1. Everybody else except for Tucker and Grady and Wilder go down pit road. Wondering if Wilder was hoping for a lap back there, but oh, he's getting a lucky dog actually, so never mind. He's just getting one back anyway. But yeah, Tucker and Grady staying out. Those 2 teammates with somebody who's been at the front, Tyler Lemon, in High Octane Motorsports. And Kern's going to be the first one off of pit road of the people who pit. So he'll find himself on the 2nd row for the restart on the inside of Ray Hanneman. Should be 1 to go this time by. It looks like Grady is going to take the top and Tucker's going to take the bottom. Again, these 2 at the front are teammates, so maybe not games being played, but definitely going to be, I would imagine, some conversations had on when that restart is going to happen. I know in the past I've had teammates in the same line or in the same vicinity as me. I would always let them know when I was going.
Who's leader, so we know what line is starting?
We got it figured out up here. Bobby's taking the outside.
Wilder got a little bit more damage taken care of on pit road, and he will get a lap back. But here we go. Grady is the race leader. He'll have control of the field. The pace car dives down off of pit road and into the Geico restart zone on lap 111.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. And it's a great jump here for Grady. Hanneman gets a good jump as well. And Tucker gets to the inside of Hanneman for second. 3 wide behind. He's back there for about that position with Mangrum, Hudson, and Tomlinson. Mangrum decides better of it. Looked like he was going to stay to the inside. Hanneman going to go ahead and drive by Grady for the race lead. Back in the front is the 85.
Final left right there, you wrecked. Just saying.
Oh, and Kern getting contact with Tucker. Tucker is up high. Lots of movement here in the midfield. Looks like Tomlinson and Hudson and Mangrum all over each other. Tomlinson comes out ahead in that trifecta of, I was going to say terror. I don't know if terror is the right word for it, but it was sketchy looking for sure. Kern sits third, chasing down Bobby Grady. Hudson and Mangrum, tight side-by-side action there for the 5th position. Mangrum comes out ahead. That's going to be Fontaine to the outside of Hudson as well. Back here for third, Kern and Tomlinson. Kern's going to be chasing down Grady here. Hanneman more than content out front, ticking away the laps. Everybody single file here, close battles. Really the top 4 are all closely contested. You got Mangrum and Hudson battling for 5th. Hudson catches the wall that time around. He's got Bryce in tow as well. And you got a little bit of a gap to Lemon. And then Happy and Hunter Young going to be battling side by side off of turn 2. Happy will hold that for now, sitting in the 9th position. And you got Mercado and Tucker here at the back of the lead lap cars. Grady done a good job of reeling Hanneman back in a little bit. The gap was out to about 4 to 5 tenths. Now he's got it back underneath that 4 tenths mark, but he's going to have to contend with the number 31 of William Kern as well as the number 4 of Mason Tomlinson. Those two just fell back quite a bit though through 3 and 4, so a good run off of that corner for Grady. Sugarman Lemon battling for 7th. CD holds 7th. Tyler Lemon looking to get it. Lemon shows the nose to the inside in 3. 23's had pace all night. He's going to make the pass happen for 7th. Turns his attention towards the front. Trying to chase down Bryce. Up here for 3rd, Kern and Tomlinson still battling it out. Tomlinson looks to the inside of his teammate this time as Tomlinson dives it down. To the inside he goes, and there goes the number 4. A little different paint scheme than normal, but overall not bad. Color-wise, anyway. Hanneman and Grady still out front here. Hanneman holds the lead. Grady inside of 3/10. I like to call it a tax zone. It's going to be a good run off of turn 4 for Hanneman. He's going to separate out a little bit there. And Tomlinson really closing the gap. You see Kern's fallen back about 6/10 from Hudson, and Lemon is actually to the inside of Fontaine. These two are going to battle it out down the front stretch. Like I said, Lemon's been quick all day. Bryce not going to make it easy for him, though. Yeah, good run there from the 12 off of corner 2 down the backstretch, but Lemon's still not giving it up. He is ready to get up into 6th. Meanwhile, Hudson has closed the gap to Kern. 3/10 is that gap. Still tightly contested there for 6th. Fontaine able to hold on to the position for now. Still a battle going on. This 5 laps in the making here. And Lemon's going to tuck in behind the 12 to cool off the tires potentially and maybe reassess the battle. Grady falling off a little bit from Hanneman. And is falling back into the clutches of Tomlinson. Inside 2/10 is Tomlinson. Grady goes very high through 1 and 2. Tomlinson with a great run off of corner 2. And he's going to dive it down to the inside. These guys going to be side by side through 3 and 4, but it is going to be another good corner from Tomlinson. He's going to find himself up to P2. And it looks like Kern ready for that podium position again. He comes into the inside of Grady. He's going to get by the number 1. Hudson going to try to follow. He dives it deep in 3. Issue for Hunter Young, and it is going to be good avoidance there from Bryce. I saw it there at the tail end. He just barely avoided getting into the back of Grady and causing an issue. Not sure what happened to Hunter Young, but he's slow on the inside there as he goes down a lap. Go back and take a quick look at it. See what happened here. hard into the outside wall, hard into the inside wall as well. And then hits the outside wall a second time. No caution for the 77 on that one. Not sure what exactly happened to him. He's back out there running at pace, though, so he's got it going. So Hudson got by Grady. We saw that all happening, and now Bryce and Tyler Lemon have both gotten by him as well. Grady now under attack from C.D. Mangrum. Mangrum dives to the inside. A good run off corner 2 from the number 9 will put Mangrum into 7th position. Hudson still closing in on the podium here. He's trying to get back up there. He had a really rough first stage, but maybe by design, saving some tires and all that, he's got himself in position again for another top 3. Definitely for a top 5. He's got some speed. Sounded like Mason may have gotten the wall that time. He's lost a lot of time and a lot of speed to Kern. Kern's going to be right there. Looking to pounce. And it is going to be Kern to the inside. Wilder dives down out of the way. And Kern back to 2nd. Hudson gonna look to follow Kern through. To the inside of the 4, off of 2. These guys gonna be side by side down the backstretch and into turn 3. Tomlinson not ready to give up the position. Hudson a little bobble out of 4. Still in a good spot though. Has the quarter panel. And off of 2, I think he's going to complete the pass. He will. Hudson into the top 3. And you got Bryce here, right behind these guys, sitting in the top 5. Pulling away from Lemon just a little bit. Like I said, Lemon's had speed all day. I think you're starting to see that tire advantage sway back in the hands of Kern as he's closing the gap to Hanneman quite a bit, now down under a half a second. Tucker's recovered pretty well. He's back up to the 9th position. Just got by Grady just a moment ago. Yeah, the tire advantage definitely in the hands for Kern. He's really closed the gap to Hanneman. Inside 2/10 now. We're about 6 to 10 laps, somewhere between that 6 to 10 laps before we start to see pit stops again, I think. Probably about 10 laps, I would imagine, especially for that group that came down under the caution shortly after the stage started, which is pretty much everybody except for, I believe it was Tucker and Grady. Those 2 were the only ones that did not come down pit road under the caution. But Kern's going to look to the inside. And it looks like he might have the spot. Dives it deep into 3. And as has been the case, Hudson trying to follow Kern through the guy that he gets by. Hanneman had a really good corner exit that time and was not letting the 49 by this time. And now he's falling back off of 2. And Hudson shows the nose, but was not able to make the pass, even begin to start the pass. See what Kern is able to do here. Hunter Young dives it down onto the apron to get out of the way of the race leader as William Kern flies by on the outside of him. Hunter Young comes down pit road this time. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be calling it a night, retiring the car. Too much damage to continue for the 77. Don't look now. There's the battle for second. Hudson to the inside into turn 3. He's got the nose out in front, but Hanneman with the advantage on the outside. These guys side by side. Little bobble from Hudson. Hanneman's able to hold him off for now. Hudson, though, still there and ready to make it happen, make a pass happen. He's going to clear the 85. Up into second goes Joe Hudson. A good pass for the second position.
Car 1 is pitting.
Bobby Grady coming down pit road this time by, like I said, 6 to 10 was probably about where I thought. This is the 6th lap mark for those guys that did not come down pit road. Grady comes down this time. I would imagine Tucker will be right behind him this next lap. Could be mistaken. I very well could be mistaken. I know what Kern's loving to see, looking in the rear view mirror and seeing these guys battling for second. Hudson and Hanneman still tightly contested, though, for second. You got Tomlinson, Fontaine, and Lemon shortly behind these guys. Tucker did not come down pit road that time. As Bryce looks to the inside of Tomlinson, he will get by for 4th. Tomlinson's fallen back quite a bit from the initial start of the stage.
Car 11 pitting.
Here goes Tucker down pit road on lap 153. So he will pit. Maybe they can stretch it a little farther than I thought. Especially for guys like Kern, who came down pit road a few laps after the start of the stage and with that caution. He's put the gap out to 1.3 seconds over Hudson. Hudson still holds second. And the highly damaged number 99 goes down pit road that time by. You saw Tucker there going down pit road as well. Mangrum comes down pit road. He was on the tail end of the lead lap. All eyes on the front of the field. Bryce, Mason, and Lemon.
49.
Hudson from P2 will be coming this lap. Lemon gets to the back bumper of Tomlinson this time. He dives it down in turn 3 just to make sure. William Kern comes down as well. That's going to leave Hanneman out to the lead. Happy comes down this time. The top 5, Hanneman, Fontaine. Tomlinson's coming this time. Lemon, Mercado. Lemon goes flying by. Hanneman dives it down in turn 3. Everybody being very safe there. Lemon and Fontaine stay out, so Bryce leading that lap. Mercado stays out as well, so now the top 3 have not pit yet. Here comes Lemon and Fontaine. Mercado, will he come down pit road? No, he's still clutching it. He will put himself into the race lead. Right now, the net race leader would be William Kern, depending on what happens here on pit road for everybody ahead of him. almost a 6-second gap to the car that came behind him in Hudson. Hanneman and Tomlinson coming out right now. They'll get passed up by Hudson. Well, maybe they will. They should. Yeah, here comes Hudson in the background. At speed, he'll get by those two handedly. Here comes William Kern around again. Bryce is coming out of pit road now. He will be behind Kern. In front of Kern there is the number 99 of Wilder. The only one left to come down pit road was Mercado. He came down this time. That's going to put Kern on the lead lap. And he's going to come by this time, I believe, and take the race lead. There he goes. Back into the lead goes William Kern through green flag pit stops. The battle here for second between Hanneman and Hudson. Hudson has never really... Hudson has never really had the short run speed, but he has had the long run speed. He was able to follow Kern through the field. They came back from about 4th and 5th to the race lead in P2. So we'll see what we can do here if you are the 49. They've got Bryce in the mix here. Fontaine has had a rocky race so far, but he's up 11 positions from the start of this race. Wilder dives down out of the way of these guys. Tomlinson going to be right behind Fontaine. That's your top 5. Tyler Lemon is a driver who's had speed all day. I've said it multiple times. He finds himself in the 6th position, kind of on an island by himself, almost 2 seconds behind the 5th place driver of Mason Tomlinson, but very far in front, almost 4.5 seconds. Actually, it is 4.5 seconds to the 7th place positioned number 9 of C.D. Mangrum. And behind Mangrum is Bobby Grady in the number 1. He's 2.5 behind him in a battle here with his teammate and Bryce Tucker. Grady goes high. Tucker going to go to the inside and get right by him in the number 11. Happy to rounding out the top 10 in the 52. He's just under a second and a half behind Bobby Grady. And then Mercado rounding out the lead lap drivers here in 11th. He's got the race leader right there on his tail. Tail end of the lead lap, like I said, Mercado right there behind, right there in front of your race leader. Started the night with 15 drivers. It looks like Wilder has decided to call it a night as well, as he has jumped to pit road. Kern did a good job of tire management in the first stint of stage 3. Fell back to about 4th or 5th and then charged his way back to the front once the tires came back to his side of it. And he was able to pit from the race lead, and now he finds himself back there. The gap over 4 seconds. Joe Hudson started in the 3rd position tonight. He's found himself in the back of the field there for a while. He fell back in the first stage and was able to come back now into the top 3. He's been battling hard all night to get into this position to have a shot at the race win. Missed a pass for 9th earlier as Happy was able to get by Bobby Grady. He's got Bryce Tucker about a half a second in front of him. He's looking for the 8th position in just a moment. And Mangram's not too far in front of these guys either, so they could really push themselves up to 7th if they really wanted to. Tyler Lemon challenging Tomlinson for 5th, trying to get back into the top 5 is the number 23. He looks to the inside into 3. Ooh, little bobble off of 4, loses pace and time to Tomlinson. Happy,
My bad.
able to get by Tucker for 8th. Mercado gets by Grady. Grady up in the wall, though. He goes a lap down to the race leader. Two, 3, and 4 all within a second of each other. Hanneman, Hudson, and Fontaine. As this time around, it will be 25 to go. Man, the laps tick off real quick. An hour and 20 minutes, and we've gone 175 laps. Kern hoping to keep it clean and green the rest of the way. Mangrum and Happy going to be battling for 7th. Highlighted that this could be a possibility here very shortly. Happy dives to the inside. And a great pass from Happy. Hasn't been completed yet. He does get clear of the 9. That will put the 52 up into 7th. Grady comes down pit road. Bryce goes ahead and gets by Hudson for 3rd. Sights set on his teammate in the 85 of Ray Hanneman. Second to 6th, 5 cars. All tightly contested. Lemon
Sorry, Mason.
almost gets Mason.
Forget about it. Tired all the time.
He gets away from him, though.
Not even looking for you there.
No harm, no foul. He'll fall back a bit. But avoiding the contact. It's what we love so much about these guys in the Cup Series. They try to keep it clean as best as they can. We're going to have a battle here for the 2nd position. Fontaine and Hanneman. There he goes. Fontaine to the inside, down the backstretch. Not ready to give it up is Hanneman. Into 1 though, and out of 2. Fontaine will complete the pass. Into 2nd goes the 12.
Good catch. Good. Nice freaking catch, man. Good job.
Oh, Kern saw something in front of him and said, good catch. I don't know what exactly happened. It looks like it might have been Tucker that had it happen to him. So let's go back and try to catch it.
This guy was 90 degrees on the front stretch and caught it.
We're going to see it.
Well, I wanted to make sure I didn't wreck you. I saw you coming up.
Keeps it off the wall, but 45-degree angle off the front stretch. What a save from Tucker there. Keeps it green, which is exactly what Kern wanted to see. But he's a lap down now. But big praise from the race leader. He's got Mangrum right in front of him, trying to put CD a lap down. A lot of battling.
You're gonna get dumped.
A lot of battling going on here.
In fourth. Trying to help my lap here. I mean, trying to keep my lap.
Yeah, can't be blocking the leader like that, man.
Go low, 12.
Want to stay on the lead lap.
We got Hanneman holding the third position. Hudson, Tomlinson, and Lemon. Everybody, all four of those guys right there battling for that third position. They all want to get on the podium. Hudson. Oh, dumped here! Can he get it going? Can he get it going? He can. He's still sitting on the infield. He gets it going. He's off the racing surface, I guess. But Hudson gets it going again. I don't know how we didn't get a yellow flag for that. Big damage for the 49. Tomlinson up to fourth. And Lemon will be sitting in fifth. I don't know how we didn't get a caution there.
I didn't want to wreck you, man, but how many times are you going to cut me off like that before I wreck you on accident, you know? I mean,
It's fine, man. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
it didn't know if you're mad or not. I didn't mean to wreck you.
But you're a little more upset than I am. I don't. It's just a game.
Hudson going to be on the tail end of the lead lap now. Sitting eighth. He's got some big time damage on the nose of that 49. Yeah, I don't know how the caution flag didn't fly for that one. Kern thanking his lucky stars that it did not come out. 11 laps remain. Bryce got by CD and Tucker there. Those guys battling for the 9th position. Tucker on the inside. 10 to go. Hanneman holds third. Tomlinson in fourth. And Lemon in fifth. Lemon trying desperately to get himself back up into the top three. Oh, hard shot for Tomlinson. That's going to put Lemon into fourth. Not sure how broke the 4 is, but very off the pace. Now Lemon sets his sights on the 85 with 8 to go. Tomlinson's still going. Must not be too bad. Race leader has had the gap shrunk down from about 5 or 6 seconds down to just under 3, but Kern, he said he was good. He's showing it so far. Hanneman has Lemon on his rear bumper. These guys have battled a lot tonight. They battled for second position in the second stage. They battled for position pretty much the entirety of the evening so far. Hanneman hard into the wall that time. A little bit of a pick set by the 9. They're 3 wide in 1 and 2. Mangrum getting right out of the way as much as he can for these two battling for the 3rd position. Lemon makes the pass happen there after the contact with the wall from Hanneman. 5 laps to go. Bryce seems like the advantage, any advantage he had over Kern is falling away now. The gap back up over 3 seconds. Four to go here, almost coming to 3 to go this time by, is William Kern. He's just hoping to see green flags the rest of the way. Coming off a 4 to 2 to go for the race leader. Mercado, kind of the closest battle here on track with Happy, and it's really not a battle, it's a second gap between the two. Off of 4 comes your race leader, the white flag in the air for William Kern. Lemon pulling away from Hanneman. Into turn 3 goes your race leader for the final time. And off of 4, winning here at Dover, it is William Kern in the number 31. Taking it home second is the 12 of Bryce Fontaine. And coming home third is Tyler Lemon, with Ray Hanneman right behind him in 4th. Mason Tomlinson crossing the line 5th. And then Mercado off of 4 this time for the final time. He comes home in 6th. Happy right behind him in 7th. Bryce Tucker,
Will.
Mangrum, and Hudson, your top 10.
Go away, Will.
Yep, congrats, Will.
Good job, Mr. Kern.
Good racing there with you, Tyler, there at the beginning of that first stint in this final stage. That was fun as hell. Thanks for racing me clean, dude. I know we were getting tight, but that was a blast.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. I was trying to keep as clean as I could. It was all fun.
Two or three races you've done that to me, Mercado. Caught me on the last few laps.
Heck of a win there for the number 31. Top 3 into broadcast waiting room if you'd like to be interviewed. Go back and get some clips of our top 3 here. Not really clips, just kind of roll with them as we go. You know the 31 was going to be the first one in there this time with a race win. Tyler Lemon had a good race as well. Battled his way. He was in 6th position for a good majority of the stage. He battles his way back into the top 3. So a good race from Mr. Lemon as well. See if Tyler Lemon wants to get interviewed here in a minute. Yeah, heck of a race overall from everybody. Only a couple of cautions for cause. But a very good night of racing here at Dover. There we go. There's our 3rd place finisher up into the broadcast waiting room. So we will go ahead and start it off here by talking with our 3rd place finisher. That is Tyler Lemon. Tyler, you had a great qualifying run starting on the pole, and then kind of fell back a little bit in this third stage here. You far back as 6th in the stage, but you are able to come home with a top 3. How you feeling about that race tonight?
Oh yeah, pretty good. I would have liked to have been up there with Kern and Bryce fighting for the win, but the track's tricky in this car. I want to love this car. I do. It just sometimes frustrates me. But it's fun, especially on tracks like this. So I'll take a 3rd place.
Yeah, I mean, you were up there all race. You were in the top 3 for all of stage 1, all of stage 2, and then really in that third stage had to battle through some drivers. I mean, you had some good battles with Mason, Hanneman as well throughout the entirety of the race. Bryce, you had some good racing with him. I heard you guys talking about that while we waited for everybody to get up into the broadcast waiting room. So really talk about the battles that you were having. I mean, was it just really coming down to grip levels on the car, or was it just being patient and getting by him?
I mean, the start of the run, it was being patient. It's kind of why I fell back. But you just burn the right front up here. It doesn't matter what you do, in my opinion, what line you run, it just goes away. And it's almost like a light switch. You got grip, and then it goes. And that's what happened when I was racing with Bryce. He had that high line rolling, and I was trying to roll the bottom line, which is where I like to run. But it just burnt the right front up, and the really only reason I was able to get the guys in front of me here at the end was they just kind of bounced off the wall, and I just had a good run. But it was fun.
Yeah, and this is a great run for you. And I'm trying to remember where we're going after the break next week. I think we have an off week next week for the Easter weekend, and then we go to Darlington after that. So we got 150 laps at Darlington. How you feeling about Darlington in a couple weeks?
I've never raced Darlington. I missed it last week in some of the official races, but I think it'll be a good time. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be hard to pass. It's probably going to be slick. A lot of people bouncing off the wall, but hopefully just try to keep the nose clean and see what happens.
All right. Well, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just everyone that puts the league on. Bryce, Sean, all the other admins, all you guys in the broadcast booth. You guys do a great job. I always go back and watch the replays and try to share it to my buddies and make sure they know what we're doing here on Friday nights, and hopefully keep growing this league.
All right. Well, congratulations on your top 3. We will get you out of here. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a good Easter.
Thanks, brother. You too, man.
And now we're going to go ahead and grab our second place finisher, the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine. I know you were showing Kern a couple things there just a moment ago, but overall, not a bad race. You had some issues with qualifying, I saw, and had to race from the back. How you feeling about that race tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Dover is a track that if I finish, I'll take that as a win. Yeah, I know Will had mentioned it a couple times throughout the season, but I guess they made a change to qualifying. I was trying a trick there on the first time going out, and I crossed the line and got loose. And before, even if you crossed the line and didn't finish it, you could still finish out that first lap. And when I went back out for my second lap, I didn't realize that it was already counted, and I was a second off and ended up just throwing it away. But yeah, exciting race nonetheless. I don't know that I got a whole lot of stage points, not the greatest points day, but like I said, I'll take a top 5, let alone P2 here. I'll take that as a win.
Well, having multiple wins, that's going to help you out as far as points go going forward. And, overall, still a good finish for you. Definitely had, Kern, Hanneman, and Lemon getting the majority of the stage points tonight. Those guys were up front all day. Talk to me about how battling from the back really sets you up here at the end of this race.
Well, Dover is a track that I've not been the greatest at particularly. I kind of made a bozo move in stage 1 as well, and I thought the stage ended 10 laps sooner than it did, and it was a fuel race, so I really fell off on the back half of that stage. But I mean, being in traffic really helped. Being in traffic early, you kind of learn what to do with the car, where to put it, what it likes, what it doesn't. So it helped in that aspect. I was absolutely terrified that somebody was going to spin, or even me, and I was going to get caught up in something that I couldn't avoid, and almost happened a couple times. They had a couple people, I felt like that put their nose in a spot that really wasn't there, but we're able to hold on to it and keep it clean and finish with a 0x. And Yeah, man. I was telling Will there, I finally did figure it out, but it was just too little too late, man. Will was the class of the field tonight, and it showed.
Yeah, I mean, the gap was like 4 or 5 seconds. You cut it down to just under 3, and then I looked, and all of a sudden he's just maintaining there. So overall, a good race from really both of you guys to get there. Next week we are off for the Easter weekend, but how you feeling about Darlington after that?
Feel pretty good. We just raced Darlington last Thursday, and I got the win. So we'll see if that trend carries over. I didn't own Darlington until last week, but it was a track that I, on paper, can't absolutely stand, and that track can go F itself. But I mean, I'm 1 for 1, so we'll see if we can make a repeat of that again next week.
All right. Well, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Got to shout out the wife as always for letting me spend the time on here that I do. She's awesome. She's great. She, brings me drinks and brings me food sometimes. So huge shout out to her. Of course, I got to shout out all the guys over at Eternal Racing, Colby, Billy, Adam, Garrett, just everybody for, all the support and all the tips and tricks and everything that we're doing. Again, like I always say, we got a lot of big things going on over there. So shout out to them. Shout out to the teammates as well for, racing me clean and hard. Again, I love that for Will. He was feeling pretty down, and this win definitely is what he needed. Shout out to Triple Tent Racing Gloves for hopping on the car, as well as iStats. And then, of course, thanks to you up there in the broadcast booth, man. We appreciate all your hard work every single week. And thanks to everybody in chat for coming in and supporting their favorite drivers and watching.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it here for you. Congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll see you next in a couple weeks. Have a good Easter.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
And now, he was so confident after the second stage win, and he showed it up with a race win. William Kern, congratulations, buddy, on your first win this season in the Cup Series. How you feeling after that run?
Pretty darn good, man. And just hearing that first win of the season, we're so far into it, and I don't think I've won a race yet this year in like anything. So hopefully this is a good turnaround. I've had bad luck this year, but like I said, hopefully that was the notch in the barrel, just to get me going again, and hopefully get a bunch more wins after this. Dover, like I said, is one of my favorite tracks, so we got a lot of good ones coming up. I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, you definitely showed it there in the third stage. You broke out to a big lead after the green flag pit stop cycle, which I know it's a sore subject, but you've had some difficulty with the green flag pit stop so far this year. We've had some penalties for you. You were able to lock it down and make sure we didn't have anything like that happen tonight, and you come away with the win and the stage win. So that's some good playoff points for you tonight. And, you had teammate right behind you for most of the race in Ray Hanneman, as well as a good battles there with Tyler Lemon at the beginning of the race. Talk to me about those battles. I mean, how did that prepare you for the end of this race?
Honestly, I came into tonight just with a completely different attitude, hoping for obviously a podium. I'm glad I got the win, but I know how to race over. I know how to take it easy on my tires. And I still know how to be fast here, but I just, even the pit stop, I was just being extra cautious with it. I was actually, I think, at 2 miles per hour under the speed limit all the way through pit road. I kept getting bumped from behind from my teammate, like, let's go, we got places to be. I didn't want any penalties. Like you said, I've had a lot of bad luck on pit road so far this season, so I don't know. I had to come into this race different attitude, different way of racing again, and I'm glad I did. And Bryce, I know, was right behind me there at the end. The racing with Ray was really good. I mean, we were pretty tough, especially towards the beginning and middle of a run, and we were just trying to be careful around each other. The last thing we want to do is wreck a teammate. So, and then Tyler at the beginning there, same thing, man. Like, he raced me real clean. I raced him clean. We had just had a lot of fun racing up front.
Yeah, and talk to me about the tires, because they seemed like they played a big factor. You took the tires there at the end of stage 2, not right at the end, but like about 7 or 8 laps before the end of the stage, and you were able to conserve those all the way through 55 or 54 laps of the third stage. Talk to me about the tire saving. I mean, you said you know how to save them. How important was saving that set through that third run of the race?
Oh, it's pretty important here. This is a concrete track. They chew tires up really well. If you can get them figured out, these type of tracks, um, it's a huge advantage here. And obviously you guys seen that with the time comparison to the guys behind me. I mean, if somebody was behind me, they wanted to go, I let them go. I mean, I put up a little bit of a fight, but I'm not gonna, for the most part, I just let them go. I mean, I think I was like fourth or fifth at one point, and 10, 15 laps later, I'm passing these guys all over again. I came in, every time I came into the pits, my tires were in the 90s, and my teammates were 70s, low 80s. So,
That tells you everything you need to know right there, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, like I said, tires are really important here. I think Bryce figured it out there at the end, too. I don't know if he was trying to pay attention to what line I was running, but he said he got the tires figured out, but I think he said it was too late. But I can't wait till the next time we race here. If he's got the tires figured out and he's got his line figured out, it might be a lot closer race in there at the end between me and him like usual.
Absolutely. So next week we're off for the Easter weekend, but after that we go to Darlington. I know you said you have a lot of good tracks coming up. Is Darlington one of them for you?
No. I actually just recently raced there with Bryce. I thought I did better than what I was going to, so hopefully I can at least get a podium. Top 5 I'd even be happy with. I don't expect to win, but I'd be happy with a podium or even a top 5. Darlington is a whole other animal. They call it the Lady in Black for a reason. That is a very mean track, and if you're not careful, your car's toast. So I'll put in extra practice laps there, see if I can get something handled, at least a podium, and go from there. But I expect Bryce to be up front for most of that race.
All right. Well, Mr. Kern, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for the broadcast as usual. I seen you were alone up in the booth tonight, so I appreciate all the hard work you do. As always, thank the guys that run the league. It's a fantastic league. A lot of guys in here are real close and everything. Really bonded with good friendships and stuff. So appreciate that. And then, like usual, man, Pride and Trust Painting. Got the juice and everything on the hood. And as always, got to thank the wife.
I was to say I'll remind you if I have to, but
Oh, I got it. It's been a while, but I got it.
all right. Well, that's your race winner, the number 31 of William Kern, locking himself into the playoffs. Congratulations, buddy, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, man.
And that's going to do it here from Dover Motor Speedway. And we will quickly run ourselves through the race results. And it is William Kern taking it home tonight in the number 31 with Bryce Fontaine coming home P2 in the number 12 with Tyler Lemon rounding out the top 3. Ray Hanneman with a good run tonight comes home in the 4th position in the number 85. And in 5th, it is Mason Tomlinson in the number 4. Castanall, good race for him, coming home in the top 5. Jose Mercado comes home P6 in the number 41. Sean Happick, he comes home P7 in the 52. Bryce Tucker comes home 8th in the number 11. C.D. Mangrum in 9th in the number 9. And Joe Hudson rounds out the top 10 in the number 49. Sean Wilder comes home P11. A lot of trouble there for the 99 tonight, but he does get by a couple of the other guys that had some issues, including Bobby Grady coming home 12th. Hunter Young, 13th. Mike Marini, 14th. And Alan Martin rounding out the field in 15th position. And like I said, we are going to Darlington next week. So the track Too Tough to Tame, the Lady in Black, she's got a lot of nicknames, does Darlington. But it is going to be 150 laps there next Friday. This Sunday, though, is going to be another Truck Series race for the Chase. We are going to... Never mind, we're not going anywhere. Are we? No, we're not going anywhere. We're off this weekend, apparently. So, nothing going on there. So, yeah, we're just off, I guess. It is what it is. You know what? We're going to have fun here.
Who hired this guy?
I don't know. I don't know who hired him. Wait a minute. Who hired him? We're going to Watkins Glen. That's dumb. We're going to Watkins Glen. I knew that. We're going to Watkins Glen Sunday. Road racing, lefts and rights, 43 laps. It's going to be fun. Nothing Monday. And then, yeah, like I said, next Friday will be the next race. Next Friday will be off, and then the following race at Darlington 2 weeks from then. So today. So it'll be an interesting week here for High Velocity Racing League. Don't go anywhere, though. Sunday, we're going to have some Truck Series racing lefts and rights.